What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. Man, we are here. The holiday season is right around the corner. Actually, we're standing in the corner. You especially look like a male hooker. All right. But we are here, ladies and gentlemen. November 1st, 2nd, or whatever. We're top of November.
Yeah.
And I'm joined here by my regular co-host, Rick Lee.
How you doing?
How do you feel, man? What's up with the coat?
Good, man. Just trying to earn a buck. You know what I'm saying? Halloween is still not over for me. I've been working during the party.
Yeah. Or hibernating, if you will, because you look like a bear.
I can't seem to get myself to take this coat off, bro.
Yeah.
You talk a little different too.
You know, it's something. There's a power.
Yeah.
Is it like your safety blanket right now?
Sometimes, you know what I mean. I've been wearing this for maybe about 2-3 days now.
Yeah.
There's new confidence
it's
about
a little
you.
part of it. Yeah, there's a power. You know, this was sent by
There's
exclusive.
a power.
Yeah.
It's ancestral power. It's a Korean
Oh, someone sent
jacket.
that to you.
It's a Korean jacket.
You look like
Kinda
a
intimidating,
bouncer
though.
at an igloo.
You know?
Like an Eskimo and club promoter.
He's like a Bernstein bear.
Eskimo.
Yeah, but you look good. Whose jacket does this belong to? Where'd you get that?
Oh, it's mine now, man. I mean, it's mine. It was
You definitely found.
You sound like you traded
So
it from
he
somewhere.
definitely found this in the Lost and Found of Inner Crew.
No.
100% you
Come
found
on,
that.
Dude, don't do that to my. I was
No,
sent.
don't say that, dude.
I went to the lobby
Yeah.
of my house, and then there was a large, I'm talking about gargantuous box, bro. Like something that was. I knew it was not closed. It was something heavier than that,
Yeah.
and it had my name on it with
Yeah.
YOX in parentheses. I took it up to the room, switchbladed it up carefully.
That was
Found
a
this
pack.
Beaut.
Did you ask
who
for
sent it to you,
Yeah,
though?
It's exclusive. It's a guy.
Exclusive.
What does that mean?
It's a brand.
Like,
it's a
we
brand
can't
that they
get-
sent. No,
Oh, it's actually
Oh, it's a brand.
Oh.
You don't want to shout him out?
I am.
you
I was
telling
doing it
us?
organically.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna do the
shout 'em
tacky,
out.
Like, yeah,
Shout 'em
seriously,
out.
I'm just saying.
Exclusive.
I mean, they sent you a
They sent me the fine print of this jacket, the warmth, the power. I don't know. I just feel like a new man. Level
don't worry,
up.
guys. It's not real fur.
Of course not.
It's not.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
we
have
can
to be.
tell.
Jesus Christ.
G-Unit?
Yo, Rick's mic is weak. Please, let's get his mic up. Okay, we got it. Are you sure? Okay, and then we're also joined by Steffie Baik.
That's me. What's up, guys? Steffie Baik. Yeah, it's a great autumn day, November. I really feel like there's more pumpkins, there's more flavors of snacks.
Wow.
You know, gingerbread. I've been noticing lots of little different flavors.
Steffie really
Snap
coming with that
crackers.
third grade teacher energy. Yeah.
Third grade?
You look
I
like
can wear hoodies.
You
That's
can
a
wear
bit hard.
hoodies. You wear
Exactly.
hoodies. You
With
wear
your
fur.
This is much more than a hoodie. But
I mean,
Yeah.
in California, you really don't need a hoodie, but
Yeah.
you know.
Did you guys have a good Halloween?
Yeah, you know, it was actually relaxing.
Mm.
Went out just one day.
Halloween is usually pretty
do.
chaotic.
We both only went out one day.
I was so tired.
But I was so
Wow,
tired.
you losers. No, I'm kidding.
how long
We're
does
15
Halloween
again.
Yeah.
Oh my
We're
god, high school.
Well, let me introduce our guest today. We are joined by Seoju Park.
Yeah.
And
Seoju.
I'm sure a lot of people
Seoju.
pronounce it Soju as well, right? Does that get annoying? Or
I
is
feel more in the States. Like in Mexico, there's no problem with that because nobody knows what soju is.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
But like every time I present myself here, it's like, "Hi, I'm soju," and they look at me like 2 minutes, and they're like, "What?" And I have to explain like for 2 minutes of different kind of O's.
And they don't know what Soju is in Mexico.
No, like they know, but it's not popular. Like
Yeah.
demand.
I
So
get you.
like my name is just foreign. in
Well,
Mexico,
let me
that's it.
explain that Seoju, she was born and raised in Mexico, Mexico City.
You're-
Yep, Mexico City. And she's a photographer, amazing photographer
Yes,
that's shot for all the
amazing.
prestigious magazines.
Yes.
Like what?
Vogue.
Oh, you just start with Vogue? You're not gonna crescendo it up? Oh my god!
Penthouse. No, I'm kidding.
Penthouse.
Hustler. No, I'm kidding.
Playboy.
You double
Like,
down on
I
that.
would love to show for Playboy. Though.
Nah,
That'd
nah.
be so sick.
You
would
have
love
shot
it.
for a lot of magazines, and
I have like I don't mainly do editorial work. I do a lot of commercial work too, but I don't ever post that. But
She's
like
also a
edit-
creative director.
yeah. Mainly, I'm a creative director, a photographer. But yeah, that's what I do.
And she's a businesswoman.
yeah.
She has a
Oh,
business.
right, I forgot.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's right.
She just said
She
that.
sells
doesn't-
weed on the side. So no, she's amazing. We're a fan of her photography. Purchased a print right here for the studio. Thanks for joining us on this show, Seoju.
Thanks for the invite.
I know you're a little nervous. You don't do this often.
I'm not. I'm just like I'm not to use. Like I'm not using like in front of camera. Like
Yeah.
even when I acted like in this Netflix thing, I was all the time like in my head.
She was on a Netflix
let's rewind
Mexican
a little
show.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just rewind it.
Acted in a Netflix thing. Okay,
But it was like by accident. It was not like
that's even
I was just like,
more of a flex.
That's
She
even
just did the
better.
dubs for Squid Game in Spanish. So technically, no, I'm kidding.
69.
Hola.
the
Me
roles that were
me
being
llamo
Mexican
Chihuahua.
started. Okay.
Let's go.
She's a woman. She's a modern woman. Does everything.
Yeah, but I feel like nowadays everyone does a lot of things. I feel it's kind of getting normal.
But I want to say you kill it when you do a thing.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
Jesus,
Yeah.
get off her
Come on,
nuts,
but-
Steffie. No, I'm
Why
kidding.
ca-
I'm kidding.
Let
I'm
me
kidding. Okay,
speak
go ahead.
my mind
Mm.
about this wonderful woman,
Yeah.
but you make it seem effortless because you don't seem like you're like, oh, I tried really hard to. You're just like, I let the energy. You're very much about energy and laws of attraction, things like this, spirituality in a way, right?
I feel like that is how I am right now. But when I was younger, like I started working when I was 19, 20. So like when I was growing up and working, I was just chasing everything, like chasing everything, saying yes to everything. At some point I had a like weed company that I didn't really want. I was miserable. I was like just like doing shit in order to like do shit,
Yeah.
That's what a lot of young creatives are always on. I think they're all in hustle mode, and you got to have that balance. You got to love what you do, and you can lose that when you're stuck in that hustle mode for so long. And I've been there too. I think we all have.
Too many jars,
You got to have a balance.
I feel like
know?
you get numb. Like at some
do.
point, I just like I was working so much, I was earning good money. I was like everyone was telling me, "Yo, this is like great," but I didn't feel anything. Like I was just numb. I didn't really know why I was shooting anymore. Like why I started these businesses. It was just like
You got what you got to do. You got to make money, and then spend it, go broke again, and fall in love with it all over again and
It's a
again.
beautiful cycle.
Yeah, that's what you
Dude,
got
I
to do.
agree.
But I want to talk a little bit about your Mexican upbringing. I first found out about you actually because you went viral. Did you know about this? Do you know this story, Rick?
Talk to me.
So she was at a World Cup. What year was this?
2018 in Russia.
2018. So this was like about 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. And there was a video that surfaced on social media of this Korean girl at a Russian in Russia for the World Cup, and it was Mexico versus Korea. And like people are like talking to her, and she's just talking in Spanish to all the Mexicans around her.
Killing it.
And everybody was like, "Who's this Korean girl? Is that how it went down?" Explain to me if I got that wrong.
That was,
Okay, so the story is I went to Russia to work for Corona, like in the World Cup. And like Corona took like a bunch of like comedians to go to matches, but I was there shooting and doing like documentation work and whatever. And in the match in between like Korea and Mexico, like we had done working, so I started drinking because I like to drink.
Yeah.
And this comedian goes like, "Yo, when I say this, you have to say I speak Spanish, motherfucker, but in Español, which is hablo español, pendejo." And I was kind of like tipsy, and I was like, "Yeah, whatever." And he was like, "Now," and he did a story, and like 10 minutes later, I was viral.
Yeah. She
was
went
a
super
story?
viral.
It was a story
I
that
wanna
went
see
viral
this
10 minutes.
I want to see
Yeah.
this video. Did you see it?
Yeah, that's how I found out about her.
It's terrible, bro.
That's
It
how I
gave me
found-
so much anxiety.
That's how you
It's
first
horrible
heard
for
Do
about
you
it?
like? Do
I
people
heard about her, yeah.
hold on? Do people recognize you because of that video?
Yeah, like when I came back from, because in Mexico soccer is a big thing. Like soccer is super important
It's
for
life,
myself.
yeah.
Exactly. So like the moment I stepped into like the airplane after that match, like people were telling me to tell them pendejo. They were buying me
Damn.
shit
Oh
like
my god!
in the airport,
They're
like the
pendejo me, pendejo me right now.
Oh,
Can you pendejo me?
like
Venmo?
people would like walk in the street and see me and tell me like pendejo, tell me pendejo, please. And I was like,
Right.
fuck.
So was it a new form of like fame? Like what does it feel?
No,
what
but,
does that
like,
feel like?
I don't know.
It's just viral
anxious,
shit. You know what I
man.
mean?
Oh,
It's like the
anxious.
Jesus Christ guy. It's like that's all he's like. Go Jesus Christ.
Like it was funny, but at some point I was like, dude, I've been working like being a photographer, creative director for so many years.
Right.
Like, am
And
I
then-
gonna be known for this shit?
For sure.
Like, there's a kid that got super viral in Mexico called Edgar Se Cae, and this like fat kid, like 10 years old, like falls, and he's like, he went super viral in like 2000, and he still profits from that. So my worst nightmare was like, bro, I'm not gonna be the like
And
this
that whole
meme
girl,
forever,
Pendejo
like,
girl.
Okay.
right?
Right.
But I
That's
mean,
kind of
it's
cool
funny.
though. You were repping, you know what I mean?
That'd be a fire one to be known for Pendejo.
Yeah, for sure.
Pendejo, pizza Pendejo.
Oh my God.
What's up, everybody? I want to take a break and talk to you about an amazing app I've been using for the last few weeks called Headspace. I know everyone's been going through stress and anxiety in the last few years with the pandemic. I know I haven't been able to sleep, haven't been able to focus. So I tried meditating. And I know meditating can be a little intimidating, but with Headspace, it makes it easy. It's convenient, it's mindful, and it's one of the most science-backed apps, proving that if you use it for 2 weeks, it reduces stress by 14%. And it's great because there's so many options. I chose one called Focus because I can use that. Even when I interview guests, I find my mind wandering off. So it helps you meditate and really hone in and be present. And you could even choose a narrator's voice depending on what you're looking for. And I got something for you guys right here. You can find Headspace at headspace.com/dumb and get 1 month free of their entire meditation library. This is the best Headspace offer available, so go to headspace.com/dumb today. That's headspace.com/dumb.
The last time she visited Intercrew, I was inside. I step out, and Raul, the security guard, you were just talking, having a dialogue. His eyes were so wide. He's like, he's never seen a Korean woman like speak Spanish like that.
People are
perfectly.
fascinated by this. Let me tell you, my mom speaks fluent Spanish, so I grew up with that shit all the time, and it's really annoying because she kind of reminds me of you because this annoys me too. She'll find any excuse to speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And this is Seoju too.
But
This
no,
Seoju
this
too.
is not an excuse. Like, isn't it like me telling you that you find an excuse to speak English? You're American, bro.
She'll go off at like a restaurant, and then the waitress will be like, "Ma'am, this is a Taco Bell." Like,
There's
chill.
Mexicans in every restaurant. That's
Yeah.
like
That's
a sense
true.
of
In
home.
LA,
bro.
it's true.
There's a
Sure,
sense
dude.
of being at home when you use your language. It's just like Koreans when they come here, they use Korean
Yeah.
with people. It's just like a comfort.
Yeah, even Koreans that don't speak Korean, they're like, "안녕하세요." Like,
That's
no
true.
more.
LA is different. LA is like it can be Asian and speak Spanish too. The Mexicans speak Korean sometimes in the kitchen.
Oh my gosh, has that ever happened to you at a restaurant?
Bro, it's the craziest thing.
I was like, can I get some more awa, please? And he's like, oh, kimchi도 더 갖고 올까요?
no,
I promise you, because people who know Korean a little bit, like even from the cleaners, right? In Virginia, there's a lot of vets. There's a lot of military personnel who's been to Korea.
Yeah.
So like, white guy comes in and goes to my mom's like, oh, 아가씨 오늘 진짜 아름다우네요. Right? I'm like, yo, get the fuck away from my, chill the fuck. But they like showing off the fact that, they speak the language.
my mom's the exact same way.
Yeah.
Though. She does the same thing. She
'cause
whenever
she
she
speaks
can drop,
Portuguese too, yeah.
she speaks Portuguese, but she like knows Spanish because she worked in like the fashion district for a bit.
Yeah.
And so like anytime she can use Spanish, she's literally using it. And it's like sometimes we'll do it like at a Chipotle where there's like Americanized, like, and it's like kind of embarrassing, but I don't know. I feel like people find it charming and
Dude,
in their own way.
I just find
and-
it like super comforting. Like,
yeah, exactly. And I think she feels comfortable too because
No,
it reminds her
100%.
maybe of like some sort of Latin.
yeah,
you
like
know,
the language, like people here, like Mexico City are huggers. Like Mexicans in general
Yeah.
are huggers. So like even though I can't hug a stranger, like speaking Spanish gives me like a sense of like peace and home. Like I
100%.
like LA, but like I still always will miss Mexico, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does LA feel to you compared to Mexico? This is northern Mexico.
Oh my god, this is not northern Mexico, bro.
This is northern Mexico.
Like years
Well, historically,
ago.
you know.
Historically.
Yeah, yeah.
But like LA for me is a place that I know like there's cultures of everywhere, which is dope, but at the same time it's like super clustered in each of their like bubbles, and which I find amusing, like just watching and being part of many bubbles. But like in Mexico City, everything's like everyone hangs with everyone. There's kind of
Juntos.
like you even feel it where you go out. Like there's a main area, like main neighborhood. All the creatives hang there.
Right.
All type of people, and you just I don't know. And here it feels like kind of segregated a little. But
so it's more like New York, the way
Yes,
Mexico
totally.
is. Mexico is Mexico City.
And you were
Exactly.
like the only Korean in your like schooling and growing up. Like you're the only Korean.
yeah, so like there's a big community of Koreans in Mexico City, but my parents when they moved out there, like because Koreans in Mexico City as everywhere, they're just like they just hang with Koreans because they feel safe. I get it.
yeah.
But my parents decided us like to grow up in a Mexican neighborhood. So like we were always like the only Asian kids in our schools. Like we still saw like the Korean community, but like I grew up with all Mexicans or Europeans.
And you're like in the scene, you're like in the art scene, the music scene out there.
Well, yeah, it's just like also Mexico City, it's a place that when you get to meet 2 or 3 people, give it a month and you'll meet everyone.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of becomes a family. Everyone knows like who works in fashion, who works in architecture, who works in whatever. And it's kind of like comforting, but at the same time, that's why many Mexicans go out sometimes, because they want to expand, right?
Is it like competitive, like because everyone's kind of friends? How does it work in terms of the creative world out there versus what you've seen here?
Honestly, I saw it a lot in the pandemic. Like, for example, I have a kimchi brand in Mexico City. Whoa. And we're opening a Korean restaurant.
Okay. Wait.
Hold on, you got really excited.
Wait.
You literally sounded like...
Don't say it.
Okay, I don't want to be inappropriate, but you literally sounded like a jizz right now. Did you just break No Nut November or what? Did you just break...
No.
Okay.
Sigue.
Okay.
Okay, and we're starting a restaurant, and we're opening the new restaurant by the end of this month. But like in pandemic, I work and I hang a lot with chefs and like restaurant friends. And what was great about pandemic is that everyone supported each other. Like we did great in our kimchi brand that started in pandemic, because everyone was like, yeah, what's up? Let's do this. Come here, do a pop-up. My mom was super excited because it's named after my mom. So I don't know, I just feel there's always like a supportive like comfort around Mexicans, and like, but that's just the nature of it. I don't think it's just the city. I feel like culturally we're like that. And like even here, like I go to a restaurant and the moment they know that I'm Mexican, like they offer me like meals and like come to my house and just like it feels Mexican.
Yeah, there's like a generosity about I feel like Latin and Hispanic culture. There's like that vibe that's like, I don't know, here in America it feels very like everything needs to be like separate. It's like independent. Right.
And even here the communities of Mexicans too are more like together, because they get that they came to the States to create a better life, but at the same time it's like we're alone here. So if we don't make family, we're alone, bro.
I grew up hella Mexican in Los Angeles. Mexican, Salvadorian, Guatemalan, you know, those three just constantly around. Like I was like the only Asian kid at the quinceañera. Like I dated a Mexican girl at the quinceañera. I was like with her, you know, and her cholo uncles would come up to me.
Oh my god, that's fire.
Like, what's up, Lo Chino? You dating my niece? I'm like, yes, sir. Hola, me llamo Jonathan Edgar Park.
Oh, that's where you flaunted in the middle. I was like, that's where you flaunted in the middle.
Me llamo Jonathan Edgar Park. And then they go off in Spanish. I'd be like, ¿qué?
Oh my god. And did you feel ever intimidated by it?
I mean, the cholo uncles, not intimidated by Latinos, not by Latinos, but because to me, all my crew when I was growing up in middle school and high school was all Latino kids. And, you know, I was the Chino, like that was my nickname, Chino. And, you know, like many Asians in the neighborhood, your nickname's Chino, and you enjoy it. Like you get that nickname, you're like, I have a fucking nickname. I'm Chino. You know,
the Asian kid moves in, you're like, wait.
The Asian kid moves in next block, and his name's Chino too. I'm like, oh, you're just throwing these nicknames around, huh?
I'm not special.
Well, I'm Chino of 4th and Harvard. Welcome to the neighborhood.
He's like, Annyeong. What the fuck?
But I was actually gonna ask you, in Mexico, you've heard China before, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I was wondering if they got more accurate with you and they were like Koreana.
Oh hell no.
It's not China.
I feel that's worldwide. Like recently we got to be known as Koreans, right? But like dude, 10 years ago in Mexico they would only know Japanese, like barely Japanese, and that China existed. And this couple last years it was BTS, whatever. So now maybe we're Korean. But that's why I think that our restaurant did well too, because it was like there's no culture about Koreans like known in popular culture in Mexico. Like for them, our kimchi fried rice was like bomb. Like we sold so many kimchi fried rice because people were like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, bro.
Do people over there like Korean pop culture the way
they
here?
Love it.
Okay, right.
They love K-pop and everything. And also like the food is super like similar in certain things with like the Mexican food.
Yeah, like the pickledness of kimchi, it makes sense.
Exactly.
Like spicy
that is true
garlic.
though. Globally though, I feel like people just knew Chinese first and then Japanese and Koreans. Like even back in the day, you know that little racist jingle? Chino, Japones. You know that one? Yeah. There's not even Coreano in there. You know what I mean? They might try to squeeze that in now, but it doesn't really flow off the tongue Coreano. No, it's just like, But I remember hearing that, but there was no Coreano in there. Yeah, but there's still listen. It's just like Gangnam Style or like or Squid Game.
right.
Yeah.
But now that it's gotten to be more known, I don't know, like because of BTS or whatever. I remember like Steffie and I went out like 2 weeks ago, and now we're like Korean, and so like Koreans are way more prettier than
lit.
Chinese.
Yeah,
like, you know,
why-
but at the same time, it's like, bro, no. But like, I feel like we're getting a hype. In that sense.
We're lit right now. We're lit right now, but like it's more clarifying stuff now because we're lit off of like pop culture, but you want to educate about the culture as a whole. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But I still rock with it. I'm like, yeah, BTS, that's me.
Yeah.
Or it's an immediate like, it's like, oh, you're Korean? I fuck with KBBQ. You know, like they know that now.
Right.
And it's like interesting that that's kind of like part of it. Food really brings us into this cultural
It's because
thing where
people want to relate.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for
I'm gonna be honest with you. My standards of kimchi jjigae comes from 3 places. 2 of my favorite Virginia restaurants and my grandmother. You know what I mean? And those 2 restaurants, that kimchi jjigae was cooked by a Latino, man. To be honest with you,
For sure.
at the end of the day, like the sonmat that we talk about, that no measuring, just hand weight and the feeling, like they make some of the most magnificent Korean food I've ever had. You know what I mean?
I don't know how you squeeze in a kimchi
Because
jjigae
the
combo every pod episode, but you find a way.
We're gonna do a little
You really
compilation.
do find a way to get it in there.
Your kimchi brand.
My kimchi brand.
Do you have multiple different varieties? Is there kimchi varietals, or what do we?
So in pandemic, the reason we started this kimchi brand is because we had nothing to do, man. I live with my best friend that she's always worked with restaurants, and she was a director of projects for Grupo Enrique Olvera, that is like the group that has Pujol. And she's always worked in restaurants. We hang with a lot of restaurateurs. They're all our friends, and it's a fun like community. So like when we were just like doing nothing in pandemic, we always wanted to do something about Korean culture since we were 15, because like she's the only friend I took to Korea with me. She's the only friend that could understand like 된장찌개 and eat it without judging it when Korean wasn't pop. You know, like so like we started drinking a lot of wine in pandemic and kind of like turned out like
soybean stew. Daenjang-jjigae is like a level 3, Korean, just because of the smell itself.
It's level 3.
You know what I mean?
But it is.
It's
For
not.
people
It's not
that don't
beef
know
brisket
it.
and radish soup. You know,
It's
not
a
like
soybean
beef.
soup, and it's
Exactly.
fermented soybeans. So it has a
It's
heavy
It's
odor.
fermented frijoles.
Exactly. But imagine like when they
Frijole
didn't
chicken.
know
A
shit
double
about
F
Korea,
dish.
you know?
Nah, for sure. But you know, the smell. It's not elementary. I'll tell you that much. You know. But
It's
for her to
not.
go through there, and then do you have mak kimchi, like chonga kimchi? What's your
We started
direction?
with 3. That is like the normal kimchi,
Oh my gosh.
kaktugi,
Mhm.
and like the
Favorite.
kimchi. But it kind of like after a few months of selling all this kimchi, and it was more about the kimchi brand is called Mama Park, which is my mom, and it wasn't about selling kimchi. It was a great excuse to talk about immigration and my mom's story and the fact that she came 40 years ago to Mexico City, but she was a housewife, and like you know like
Wow.
a hell of a job. Like we always talk about like my dad and his history and why he came to Mexico, but nobody knew my mom. And even I remember when we interviewed her a lot to create, like I created the creative direction with my best friend and all the identity. It was all about talking with my mom, and my mom was always like, no, but my story doesn't matter. And I was like, but no, it does.
Yeah.
And now all our team is women, like, and we got a lot of support because of it. So like kimchi was a great excuse, and then we did anju nights, and then like Dark Kitchen, Uber Eats, and now the restaurant. But it is always just an excuse to talk about culture, honestly.
And then that's the one thing, that generation feels like their story isn't important.
Exactly.
You know, like don't worry about that. Like we're here, we did great. I'm like, no, it matters, and I'm curious, and this generation's curious too. Like my mom would tell me tales of like her in Argentina,
Right.
and there was like a cool like Argentinian dude that she like went across the country with on a motorcycle. I'm like, who the fuck are you out there with? Who's my real dad? Like, what the fuck? No. But she tells me all these tales that I had no idea about. All these cool things that she did, and she kind of downplays it.
Yeah, no, I see that in my parents too. Like, they were so purpose driven and like mission based. They didn't ever practice like talking about themselves, or like sharing their story. And when they try to, they kind of sound sometimes like complaining or like just being negative, and me being young and impatient, I'd be like, okay, ma, I get it. But now as they get older, like they do kind of want to leave a legacy,
But I feel like moms especially lose a lot of identity. Yeah. Like, we never call them by their names. We're like, Oma. Like, I don't even know my grandparents' names. I'm not kidding. Because I always like...
I'm not going to lie.
Dude,
and I feel shitty about that.
Me too.
But Korean names it's harder to remember for me in general. It's hard.
But like, we say the like... Haraboji or like whatever. That's in Mexico, they call it by their names.
Yeah.
But I don't know my grandparents' names. So I feel this kind of project is a way to just like bring that shit up.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
I love that you've involved your mom in it, and it's like giving your mom a purpose of some sort other than like a new name or a new identity almost. It feels like, or an attachment to a new identity.
Right. Well, she's cried every day, but she's getting better at not crying.
I would like to taste the kimchi. Actually, I wish I should have told you to bring it or something. So
can you?
Can I?
She's not gonna bring you kimchi. What are you talking about? Like, she's not gonna fucking bring you kimchi.
My mom brought me through the Mexican border, me and my younger sister, through coyotes. Really? Yeah, when I was 3 and my sister was 1, illegally.
This guy trying to one-up
That's insane.
Yeah, it's like you bringing kimchi through the border to LA. We were the kimchis.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
And do you remember anything?
No, I was 3 years old. My sister was 1. And imagine this Korean woman carrying 2 Korean babies with other Mexican families through the Mexican border. She's the only Korean woman. So she told me this crazy story, how in that process things got sketchy. Some of the coyotes was like real sketchy too. Right. And there was some scary moments where she was scared like something was going to happen, but she made it through and we're here now.
Oh god, that's a story I not like to play with it. That is
she
insane.
She said that you were a good kid though. Like,
yeah,
you didn't
cry.
Yes, I didn't cry throughout the whole process or nothing.
Yeah, he was helpful. Because you had a little sister. You had a little sister that she,
I was a good kid. Up until like middle school, I was good. Until like 5th grade, I won the spelling bees, mad trophies. I had a crazy row of trophies on the mantle up until 5th grade, and then 6th grade just all downhill from there.
You'd be surprised, but apparently you were quiet, right? Like around your family and
I
friends.
Was quiet, and I think I snapped. I was like, I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna podcast and no one's gonna stop me.
Yes.
Alex, where are you? Turn the mic on. The world is gonna hear me. Hear me roar.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I don't know where it happened. I think weed or shrooms unlocked me.
Oh,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it did.
That's hilarious, man.
Yeah, I mean, let's also kind of talk about the photography end of it, like that. How long you been taking photographs for?
Like 7 years. Like I didn't know that I want to be a photographer. I actually want to be a singer. But then I went to Korea, discovered like the roots, and I was like, okay, fuck this. And then I discovered photography, man. Like,
she's good at singing. Have you heard her at karaoke?
She's already in rhythm
that
right
voice
now.
She's like, when people are when we're karaokeing, and then there's always like one person you just have no idea that they have a voice on, so they start singing like some random song, and you're like, what the?
Okay, but that thing that was hella choppy.
It was like quiet. Everyone gets quiet, and I was like, whoa.
You stop playing the tambourine. You're like,
she's like, Besamer mucho.
The fruit platter. Oh my god!
No, your voice is mad unique though. You definitely got an artist voice.
You do have a unique voice.
I have this voice because I smoke a lot, bro.
That's what I'm saying, but that's the artist voice. So it's
deeper voice,
right? Yeah. And I also think that sometimes I do it like a little deeper because like, as a woman also, like when you're in business meetings or whatever and you sound high pitched, it kind of gives another vibe. So I feel like more and more, like as growing up, I started like doing that a lot.
Making it more huskier or what?
Yeah, like because like I was a kid when I started working, so I wanted to be taken seriously. So I'd be like, hi, my name is Seoju.
That's
you know,
funny.
There's all these tricks that we have to do as women, like to feel like as important or something in a meeting,
right?
Or like in a
pantsuits or something
like that.
wearing
pants,
For sure.
acting older, like
not emotional.
Yeah, not emotional, not laughing as much, even if you want to. Like, you know, like natural things that are like.
That's fucked up.
I know.
That's fucked up.
Being a woman is way to serve a trophy, guys.
Basically, learning how to be emotionless.
I hear you.
That's what it's like.
Thank God I'm emotionless already. No, I'm kidding.
And you're
I'm vulnerable. You know, I'm a vulnerable man. I'm working on it.
How can I get a jar of this kimchi?
Come to Mexico City, bro.
Oh.
Like,
No, yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
so it's how long you said you started during the pandemic? It's about a year old now.
so April 2020, so a year and a half. And Turiban, which is like the dark kitchen of Mama Park, started like 7 months ago.
What's it?
And the restaurant Turiban,
Hey, dark kitchen.
the dark kitchen is when it's only delivery. So in pandemic, we couldn't open a full-on restaurant.
Oh, got you.
So
got
we
you.
would just Uber Eats, whatever. But we
It's
also
like a
did-
ghost kitchen.
Yo, I
kinda,
literally thought they were making kimchi in the dark. Like they trained so well. They're just like,
We only go by taste,
Yo.
not color.
Yo, that's
hold up.
sick.
And then they jar it up. They're like, here. They don't look at it once. It's like, oh, that'd be crazy. But not
That'd be
hard.
fire. though.
What's the what's the reception been in Mexico with the kimchi? Like, do they generally? I would assume they love it down
Like
there.
80%, I feel the people that buys kimchi from us is people that had never had kimchi.
Damn.
So like there are restaurants and community in Mexico City about Koreans, but it's all for Koreans. So, like you enter a Korean restaurant, and if you're not Korean, they look the other way, right? They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like we want to create a brand that it was just because we're Mexican. Like I know I'm Korean too, but I'm Mexican.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to show this part that it could be open.
For sure.
And yeah, 80%, man. And people are super excited. They put it in their taco now and like their
Hell yeah,
noodles.
that's amazing.
They do pasta with that shit. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
shit.
Those are foods that go really well with kimchi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done all that when I was high. Just like, let me put kimchi in this.
Like even
You
my
know?
parents, like when people started uploading pictures about like their tacos with kimchi,
Yeah.
my dad was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
Yeah.
so good.
Wow.
This is the kimchi. Throw it on the screen too, Alex. You gotta put some images for the
beautiful
you know what I mean?
packaging too.
Oh, we
Love it.
rebranded it twice.
Okay.
But
How do you know when to rebrand? Like, what is?
so like when we started, we just did a simple
Oh.
thing because we didn't expect that it was going to be a business. But if we want, like we started putting in stores and shit, so it like by requirement, government wise, you need certain things to be put on.
Okay.
So,
okay.
like,
you
that's
changed
why
it.
we-
Let me
to
ask
rebrand.
you, you know, growing up in Mexico as one of the only Korean girls in your neighborhood, how do you stay in tune with your culture? You know, we hear all these stories of Koreans in the Midwest who's like never grew up Korean, dad had trouble with identity. I get it. I think it's harder for me to kind of relate because I'm from like Koreatown where we
Right.
wore our culture on our sleeve. But for you, like, was that hard in the beginning or have you always been in tune? And if it was, how did that all happen?
So I wasn't into it when I was a kid. Like Mexico's really loving, but like all kids around the world are like we can be asses when we were
sure.
kids, right? So like I would be the only Asian, and people would like not the fact that they would call me names, but the fact that I would walk down the street and everyone looks at me. It was really hard for me. Like the fact that I would just watch. Like when I enter a restaurant, everyone sees that I'm Asian and they look at me. Not because like they were disrespecting, but that tension, I couldn't bear it.
Damn.
And I didn't like that. But
I'm an attention whore. I would have loved it.
but dude, when you're
All
10
eyes on
and
me.
insecure,
But did that change for you?
yeah, that changed for me because like my parents made me go a lot to Korea. Like they forced. I didn't really want to go to Korea and just like tap into my roots that much. But my parents made me go a hell ton. And after high school, I lived there for a while. And there it was the first time that I met Gyopos like me that were like Latinos Gyopos. Like I'd never met another Korean that was speaking Spanish. And
Right.
that fucking blew my mind.
Are these like summer trips? Like they send you for the summer?
Yeah,
or what?
and like kindergarten, summers,
okay,
or
so
like
every summer.
yeah, or
By yourself?
Yeah, like all my family lives there. Like the only people that got out of Korea were my parents. So like all my uncles, cousins got out.
So you'll meet other Latino kids from like South America, like,
right? Argentina.
Like, I'm Enrique.
Guatemala.
Enrique Kim.
Or even Brazilians, like they understood both, like this Latino vibe, and like Korean, like we're Koreans, bro. So it was the first time I was just in that world, and all my friends were Gyopo Latinos, and that's when I started liking Korean.
That is the thing that a lot of people don't talk about, and is so fun. Is when you go to Korea, you expect to just see Koreans in Korea, right? No, but it's a hub where you get Korean Americans, Korean Australians, Korean South Americans, and that becomes so fucking fun.
Yeah,
like
where do you meet those people?
Because in the university areas,
we'll show you the way.
In the university areas, like there's a shit ton of like bars and places that they all come together, but it's insane. Like I couldn't, like I tried hanging with Koreans, like even dated Koreans, but I couldn't. I was just like, bro, no. But like Korean Latinos are just like
that would give you such a, I feel like a new appreciation for Korea, because also like just knowing that there's so many all over the world.
Exactly.
That's fucking dope. I didn't even think about that, like how great it is to meet all these other Koreans.
Would you vibe with a Korean dude who spoke perfect Spanish, like you had a similar upbringing, you think?
Dude, actually I was talking about this with a friend that he said like, what would you give up, like the Mexican part or the like Korean part? I was like, fuck. Oh fuck. But yeah, definitely if a Korean knows Spanish like fluently, I'm down.
That sounds like a sounds like a soulmate situation for you, right?
Just like I need to speak Spanish. There are certain things that English cannot give me and like Korean cannot give me. Like I swear a lot, and when I swear in Spanish, it just feels right. You know, in English it just feels vulgar, but in Spanish it just feels.
There's passion behind it.
Exactly.
You know, the R rolls a few more seconds longer than you have to. You know what I'm talking about?
That was Nokia.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I was gonna say that because you grew up in Mexico, so I'm assuming most of the dudes you dated were Mexican.
Yeah, all my exes are hella Mexican, like norteño Mexican. Like,
what's that mean?
Norteño from the north are like, okay, so like they're really macho and like, they're from the north, man. I don't know how to explain that.
Norteños.
So what do you think about American? Have you met some American guys? What do you think about these? Or maybe like Chicano? Can we use this? I don't know.
Yeah, you can use it.
Okay.
There's a lot of Americans in Mexico City. Like a lot, like more now. Mexico City's popping, so like Mexico is full with Americans, and I've tried to date Americans, but there's something that it's lacking. Like for me, like there's something that I just like can't grasp. Why?
Is it like the kind of
dude? Latinos are hot. I'm sorry, but like the attitude of not giving shit and just like owning their shit, it's just like okay. Yes. So yeah. I've only dated Latinos.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I dated a lot of Latinas growing up. You know, I used to be more spicier. You know what I mean? A little bit more spicier.
And do you feel that they're crazy, like as people think?
No, it was great. I mean, I grew up around a lot of Latinos growing up, and it was always just it's LA to me. It's more LA to me than just being like, oh, I have Latino friends. Right. I felt just very LA more than anything.
Yeah.
You know?
Nah, for sure. Like, when I was in New York, I worked at SOB, Sounds of Brazil.
Okay.
So we had a lot of salsa nights. And SOB is also a hip hop club. So we've had large acts come through, like, you know, famous hip hop artists. In the crowd, it was wild. But then on salsa nights, these like 60, 70-year-old couples, you know what I mean? Dominican,
dude, get dressed up.
Boricuas, all of them just coming through and just dancing till their heels broke till like 3:30 in the morning. And when I saw that, I thought about like, damn, I wish my parents like had this passion or experience, you know, just dance with each other. It's like a different.
But you could still learn salsa. Like all the clubs in Mexico are salsa clubs.
I'm trying to learn the one too.
She's really
I'm a chopstick, dude. I can't really bend. I'm very, you know what I mean?
It's like all in the hips.
Yeah,
but it's all in the hips.
Yeah, Steffie's learning.
And then your facial.
I took her to a Latino club and she's learning, man.
Yeah, she was kind of boasting that she was kind of a hit there. Apparently,
she was. Like, what do you mean? We're the only Asians in that club.
They were literally the only.
Everyone turned their heads.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, hi." Like Irish cheese, you know, the like Latinos.
They're like,
Irish cheese.
uno, dos, chinas.
Oh my God, dude.
Would you like to dance with me?
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so different. And we were just talking about that, how like those clubs, everything's just like there's another element of like, I don't even want to say sexiness, but it is.
Yeah.
It's like a vibe that you don't get in America. And I forgot about that, you know, because of my Brazilian heritage, of how we're all touchy and like lovey and like you don't get that in America. Again, it's very like separated and like professional.
It's just in the culture, you know what I'm saying?
You know?
There's just like every culture has its own like upbringing, even in Asia, Korea, like there's a little bit of a reservedness, I think, that we can all admit, like at an event or wedding.
Yeah, come on, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Korean weddings are so boring, man. Oh my God. So boring.
There's always that one part where they play like a hip hop song and everyone's trying to like go crazy. You know, the ajumas and the emos jump in.
Yeah, they just move their hands.
They just move their hands,
like,
dude. It's like music bag. I know.
Dude, yeah. But like Korean weddings for sure, I really disappointed. Like I remember when I went to, like as a kid to my aunt's like wedding and I was preparing this whole dress. I was 15, right? And we had dinner and I was expecting the party to blow up and they were like, okay, thank you for coming. And I was like, bro, in Mexico weddings last 3 days, okay? So I was just like 3 days.
What the fuck?
So you have like the wedding, the pre-wedding and the post-wedding. So the post-wedding is when everyone's just fucked up and they want to just like to hang over things. And 3 days, man.
Damn, weddings are like a Coachella festival. It's a 3-day week. You have the wristband for the day 2 of the wedding? I don't think so. I'm sorry.
Well, Americans are like that too. American weddings you go to, they have like the day, and then the day after they have like some sort of event or something like that. You know, but
like lengthy weddings.
But it's all about drinking. It's not like dancing and stuff. It's like activities. There's like a, you know, you go like scuba diving or something after.
Hell no.
Or
hell no.
Or you're forced to hike the next day. Shit. That's like.
All right. Well, should we take some calls or what? What should we do? Yeah. It's getting hot in here. Could you turn on the AC first of all, Alex?
Hey, we're talking about passion right now, man. We're talking about amor. Of course, it's gonna get a little hot in here. You know what I mean?
Amor.
What does your dad do, and how did your dad meet?
My dad was the first Olympic trainer of Taekwondo in Mexico City, so that's why he came to Mexico. Mexico.
Wow.
Right.
I'm glad we got into that so we can actually talk about that. So he was the first, repeat that again, he was the first Taekwondo trainer of Mexico City.
He was the first Olympic Taekwondo trainer.
What year was
Mexico?
this?
88.
88 Seoul Olympics.
Yeah. So he was already living in Mexico like since 86, I think. And he went to Seoul for that.
Did he have a lot of like Korean pride? I mean, because you're okay. So I wonder if
her pupils changed.
She's like,
no.
My dad, I just imagine my dad going like a little crazy about it.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
Damn. So wait, where did they rank in the 88 Olympics when they
So it was the first time Mexico won medals.
Let's go.
Oh, wow. That's
Did you do any Taekwondo?
Oh yeah, it was part of my contract growing up.
What?
Contract?
Like he made me sign a contract when I was 5 that I would finish up to
piano,
like
violin, Taekwondo.
No, for me it was just Taekwondo, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, what's up with that? Did your parents make you sign papers like saying, promising things? My mom made me do that. Like if I got bad grades, she'd like make me like write like that I was gonna get good grades the next, and then I had to sign it.
What?
Yeah, and she like
it's binding.
It's binding.
Lawyers
She's like,
and
where did
legal.
all these contracts come from?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's kind of, you know,
it's intense.
So intimidating.
Were you more of a forms kind of girl or sparring?
Forms, definitely.
Forms, so more display and more precision.
Yeah, because I sucked at fighting. Like my dream is to get into a fight, a real girl-ass fight, and win. But I know that that's not gonna happen.
When you chose the pads, were you blue or red?
Blue.
Why? What is that?
What does
Don't
the
worry
blue
about
mean?
it. That's a Taekwondo.
No, I know. Dude, I
don't know.
First of all, I took Taekwondo too.
You took Taekwondo too?
I went to purple belt. That's the fourth belt. People aren't familiar with that because usually go further than that. I think purple might have just been made up too. That's not usually in the. I think it's white, yellow, orange,
Green.
and then purple. And
I think you're right.
And I think I was purple, and then I think it's like green or blue, red, brown, black.
Shit. He knows that.
Am I right?
They added a few belts for the test money, dude.
Yeah. Did you go to black belt?
You know,
Did you or not?
I was beyond black belt, bro.
Yeah.
What does that
I was a
mean?
lethal weapon, man.
Black belt.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
He's leopard print.
You know,
Black belt 38
when
waist.
people fainted when they saw me do kumgang, bro. When I was doing choreo, so you know what I'm talking about. Help me.
She's like, I know,
I'm
no,
like,
fam.
okay.
You know this
bro.
thing where you did that? Let's help me out. You know.
But did you win the fight?
You know, won some, lost some. I didn't really fight that many too. I
Okay.
sparred a few times, but I always came back with something around my neck. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I used to be able to do splits in Taekwondo.
Are we doing a taekwondo Are we doing a taekwondo
You used to
contest
be
right
able
now?
to, you can't split now?
Can't.
You can do the splits. I just
Can
picture
split
you.
now?
Can I split now?
Do the
No,
splits?
Not really.
You can't? Yeah.
Can you?
I'm trying to get my splits back. Wait, hold on. As I was trying to say that seriously, I was like, wait, did I just say that? No, I'm not trying to get it back, but I am trying to loosen, trying to be able to be more flexible again. Because that'd just be funny if I just did a split.
In his holiday
Like-
vest, I imagine him just like stretching out.
Koreatown. Just have with the splits.
I'm at Inner Crew and shit.
Nah, dude, don't even bring that to interview. Shut down.
Just splitting to sicko mode on the dance
Oh,
floor.
my
Like, what is he
goodness.
doing, fam? Yeah, but
Do you know how amazing you are as a photographer, though?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know how to take compliments in general, but I really appreciate that.
The depth of
so
that picture right
good.
there.
The colors are
take a gander?
beautiful.
Just take a gander real
Are we
quick.
gonna analyze?
I mean, I don't want to. I want to, because we have the person who captured the moment. I just want to.
Was
talk
there
about
how
it a
was
little
it?
bit.
the
Can you
camera,
tell us
Alex,
what
real
time
quick.
of the day this was? You think?
So that was such a hard picture. Okay, I've never had such I'm good shooting strangers, but Koreans are super mad all the time and more Haenyeos. They
Right.
don't want their picture to be taken, and because I look Korean, I would get scolded at all the time.
Uh-huh.
But it was raining. I went to Jeju Island just to shoot them.
The
Which
water
is
looks very choppy.
Why don't you talk a little bit about the story behind the Jeju scuba divers? So, do you know a little bit about that?
yeah, so Haenyeo women they started because during the war the men had to go fight and whatever. So all the women had to make money, and now it's normal that these halmonis go underwater, deep underwater and fish.
That's crazy.
But they're 60, 70, 80 years old. And it's insane.
Do they like it? Do they talk about it as in a way that's a hobby for them? Or
Yeah,
is it
they love it, and they don't let any man do it.
Because they've been doing it
insane.
for decades at this point, so it's just second nature.
That's crazy.
But it's supposed to be super dangerous too. You go underwater for a long time. You have to hold your breath.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Wait,
So-
there's no tank. It's just all.
No, they're
What?
They're using weights, right? to
they're
keep
using
themselves
weights and holding
out
their
and,
breath.
pull-
It's not like scuba diving with a tank or
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because Chef Johnny, he's a spearfisher too.
Yeah.
So he goes out, he swims not a mile, but
Right.
very far out, and then holds his breath for 2-3 minutes. He says.
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't, have you ever held your breath at a swimming pool just to time yourself?
No. Why would I fucking do that?
You never do that. You never sit in a hot tub like this and go.
Oh
You
yeah, I
used to
mean,
do that with your friends, right?
yeah. I could hold my breath
I
pretty
think you
long.
and I did that.
Did I beat you?
You beat me.
I did.
You were minute
Yeah,
17.
I don't really be smoking like that, So
Yeah.
I got a full on.
He probably did it crossing the border, in the water. The first time you're like, Mommy! That's why you
Just go underwater. Shut up and stay quiet. Yeah. But
I tried to take such a joyful moment, and then you made it.
Well, she's the one who said you probably did it. Why'd you
3 minutes
mock
is up.
me? Why'd you mock me for that all of a sudden? But also, you told me that you're moving to Los Angeles, possibly.
I think I'm moving. Well, I've decided I'm moving in I think February, March.
Yeah.
I'm still lingering with the idea of New York, but I think I'm more convinced about LA.
Wow.
So we'll see.
It's a different kind of Latin energy in New
Yeah.
York and here, I would say.
For sure. I feel like New York reminds me more of home because Mexico City is a New York vibe with LA weather. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect of both worlds. And I don't know, it's hard to choose, man.
Damn. Well, I mean, LA is the place to be. It's a perfect mixture of Mexican and Korean.
The LA mayor says. Okay.
Yeah, welcome. We like to present you a starter kit.
I'm gonna have to sneak one more food question in here.
Okay.
Is there in Mexico City a Korean Mexican fusion that I may not know about? Just something that's very unique to just that region, that place?
In Mexico right now? No.
Okay.
So like,
well, you have your place, right?
Yeah.
Seoju's the fusion, bro.
Yeah.
She is the fusion.
So like we're doing a lot of collabs and shit to create this like a friend of ours that does like all the drinks from many restaurants. She did a kimchi margarita. It was fire, bro.
That sounds
So
good,
fire.
actually.
And like they're doing a lot of combinations with the things we are doing. So a lot of new dishes are popping up.
So what is the restaurant that you're opening up again? That's
Turiban.
So everyone go check out Turiban if you're in Mexico City.
Tooriban.
Oh, there we go. Double O.
What are some other Asian populations down there?
Thai. I feel like the only Asians there are in Mexico are like Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and Thai. Just like a few Thai. Like Filipinos like are not known in Mexico at all.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to take some calls right now from people all over the world. We have people who call in from South American countries a lot. I think we've had one from Mexico too a few times. Right now, I'm sure this isn't one. This is Asian Persuasion.
You never know, man.
Yeah, what's up, Asian
true.
Persuasion? You're on the air.
What's up, boy? Or girl? I don't know why I said that.
No, I'm a guy.
Sounds
What's
like
up,
a
man?
man. A woman
What's
would
up,
never say
AZN
persuasion.
Persuasion? What's up? What's on your mind?
What's up, brother?
Can you guys hear?
Yep, we hear you.
All right, for sure. Shit, man. I've been trying to get on your Twitch for a while, man. I just couldn't get caught up with your schedule, so it's great to be here. But just want to give a quick shout out to Rick. You know, you real as fuck. You know, Dumbfoundead, man. I've been a fan of yours since I was like a freshman, bro. Since you've been a battle rapping, dude, like
Yes,
Canada
sir.
and like all over, dude.
Yep.
And Steph, man, you're beautiful. You're a strong woman. You're confident. You know, keep doing what you do. And Seoju, you know, I didn't really know until I saw this video, but I vibe with you too, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, Persuasion.
He's like, I might actually buy a kimchi. But
Oh yeah, but
like
shit. But I just caught Dumbfoundead saying something about, you know, shrooms and like locking them, right? And
Yeah.
So I just want to stem from that randomly. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm starting to microdose on shrooms too, because, you know, instead of taking medications and like, you know, Xanax and all that shit, I feel like shrooms is a better alternative. I just want to get your guys' perspective, you know?
I mean, the first time I did mushrooms was 9th grade, freshman year in high school, and I can truly say that shit changed my life. And I'm not condoning everybody to do
Memorize
drugs
the
or anything. No, I'm condoning everybody.
He has exactly.
No, I'm not condoning everybody to do it.
No, for
but
sure.
it definitely made an impact on me. I remember I taking those shrooms. I didn't microdose on it. Like, I took a hefty amount, you know? And I remember like just not feeling it for a while, and I stood up and I looked at like a painting, and like that shit really, I felt it, you know, and I felt the feeling that I never felt before, and it truly, like, I don't know, it felt like it unlocked something in me permanently, you know. So I don't know, it's, you know, it doesn't work like that for everybody. I've had some people even have bad trips on hallucinogens all day, you know, so I don't know.
I agree, though. They're introspective, man. They're just like not a drug to just get fucked up or whatever.
100%. Like your mental situation is, you know, if you're in a dark place or you're kind of uncomfortable, you should do it.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Because it kind of leads you down the hallway.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Room
It can bring up.
1306.
You know, I think a lot of people, it helps them like open up internally, and to like, it's like crying becomes kind of normal. You allow yourself to do it, and it becomes more normal without the drug too.
Wait, did you say something about sex on shrooms? I never have a desire to have sex on shrooms.
No,
it's the best though.
Sex on shrooms?
You have to understand.
It's just because you're so aware, you know, you're just like not just fucked up.
I don't need to be aware
when
on sex.
But your body is aware too.
Listen, when you're tripping, there's a moment, or like there's this feeling where you feel like you could kind of read the future a little bit, like a couple seconds before, and your partner can too. So then
you're like, I'm gonna nut in 2 minutes. So I was right.
No, it's just like the dance becomes a little bit more like intimate. Do you know what
I
I'm
get
saying?
you. Yeah, there's a connection. Yeah.
Well,
But I don't know. I'm just a fan of just, you know, keeping
like
it.
The normal.
Like
yeah.
He was a normal.
I'd probably be crying while having sex, to be honest. I'm pretty sure
no one's trying to hear
happened to me.
No one's trying to hear their partner cry on sex, dude.
I
get it now.
We're one.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was that? I couldn't hear you. Persuasion. What'd you say?
Oh no, I just started microdosing about like 2 weeks now, and I just feel like definitely a benefit. So I just want to see your guys' perspective on that. So it's definitely
Yeah,
pretty
if
cool.
it's helping you get away from any kind of like prescription type drugs and it's
Yeah.
working, like I'd suggest it, you know, something more of the natural stuff.
Yeah, everything in moderation as well, brother. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Like when you microdose, the reason you do it is like the colors get a little vibrant. You feel this little euphoria and slight body high, and if that makes you happy, then that's all for it. You know,
Right, yeah.
much better than the just factory made shit. But
Yeah.
don't get to the point where you're doing maracas in the middle of the street. You know.
Yeah, don't like start quitting your
I think
job
the first
just because
time
you're
you,
like,
the first time you try it, don't ever take a full dose. Like, just really try to microdose because that can really fuck up your first. I think I've heard a lot of people say their trip was bad and they get scared off of shrooms or giving it another chance because they take too much at the beginning.
Right.
And they're like, it just doesn't stop.
I definitely didn't grow up microdosing. We were macrodosing. Plenty.
Asian persuasion, Haribo gummy bears next trip. Trust me, you're welcome.
All right, thanks for calling, bro. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Let's go to Gantu. I be gone to November. I be gone to November.
What's up, Gantu?
Okay.
How's it going?
How you doing?
Pretty good. Thank you. Just wanted to ask Dumb, like talking about viral and Korean and BTS. I saw this video. It's like trending right now, bro.
Which video? What are you talking about?
So it's Rap Monster from BTS,
Yeah.
and you like hosting like an event or something.
Oh yeah. So there's a video. People have been sending me this all fucking week because. So I used to host like a K-pop show. Like this was 7-8 years ago. This was the first year BTS debut.
With Danny, that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
they weren't as
wow.
big, so we interviewed them on stage at a live event, and one of the fun games was like we would battle each other where he's like rhyming in English and I'm rhyming in Korean. It's like really bad. It's really bad, but it's going fucking viral like on TikTok and shit. People be sending like you back there. I'm like, yes, that's me. Yeah, but it's one of those videos that just resurfaced recently.
We got Pendejo girl. We got BTS
Yeah.
Rap Monster guy.
Yeah, look at how far we've come. He's come way more far.
Wow.
Than I have, but here we are.
Now I gotta check that out. Thank you for pointing that out, Gantu.
Thank you. Like a quick reel on your Instagram, bro. That's an easy 10K followers right there, my man.
Wow.
You think so?
10K,
But
huh?
do I really want 10K of those followers? I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. No offense, but a little intense.
You know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's the army, you know what I mean?
shout out to the army. We love
Shout
the
out to
army.
the
I just
army,
don't know if
bro.
I want to be recruited right now.
Yeah.
I'll go to training first. Okay. Thanks, Got to appreciate it.
Yeah.
Do a
Whose
bunch of like
world
18-year-old
is
girls
this?
make you nervous?
They scare me. They are a gang. I'm not ready to be jumped in by the army yet.
Come on, bro.
It's Ye World. What's up? It's Ye World.
It's your world.
Okay, let's go to the next one. June Blue. We've got June Blue. Hello, June Blue.
What's up, June Blue?
What is up, everybody?
Hi.
What's on your mind, man? Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. First of all, I just want to say this show has just been getting me through lately. I've been having a lot of late nights because I'm living in Korea right now. So, like, when this show premieres, it's super late for me. You know?
True. What time is it there?
Right now, it's 6:01 in the morning.
Wow, that's a commitment for you to be on here right now.
Well, it's kind of like I was already on this like shitty sleep schedule, but this is like just made it super great. It's like something to look forward to.
Oh.
Perfect.
That's
Perfect. And we didn't plan that. We didn't choose this time to do it.
Nah, I
'Cause
love
we
it
get
when
the
That's a lie,
insomniac
man.
Koreans. For sure. You think we're targeting the insomniac Koreans? That's where.
Exactly. I mean, come on.
Nah, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, we got you, man.
What are you doing out in Korea?
I came here to pursue music, actually.
Oh,
What kind of music?
Kind of like R&B, poppy type stuff. Not like anything super poppy, because
Nice.
I can't like produce that. But
You
yeah,
produce
kinda-
or you sing?
I originally came to be a singer, but I don't know like many producers here, and like the people at my company aren't. The music they make isn't super aligned with like what I want to do, so I just started learning to do it myself. But my God, it's so hard.
Is it hard to break in over there right now, or what? What's the vibe like?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say because there's a lot of like sort of like legality stuff with me, like my company and like what I'm like allowed to publish. It was just funny because I'm not even like I thought that stuff only happens to like famous people, but I guess it's like just I don't know. I guess that's like the reason a lot of people like aren't, you know, posting music when they're making a lot of music and stuff. But I mean, it seems I would assume it's like easier than before since, you know, like, people are so tuned into SoundCloud and stuff like that.
Well,
But
keep at it, bro.
One
Yeah.
insomniac to another is just like, yo, we need to get more sleep too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Get some rest, so then you're like on point and at 100% when the sun is out. Because I've been there, bro. You know, 4 or 5 in the morning, 6, pass out. Then I'm kind of like half zombie the next day. If you're out there to
Right,
make
exactly.
networks and all that, just make sure you're on point during the day, my G. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
No
I
problem.
actually just I wanted to ask one thing to all of you guys, which was if you've ever sort of been in a slump where either you're not feeling creative or you're like, you know, staying up late trying to work on creative stuff and just nothing's like coming out, or you feel like you're working hard but you don't feel like there's a lot of output. Like, do you have any like go-to sort of thing you do to help yourself get out of that?
I mean, not really. You just wait that shit out. You go out and do something else. You know, if it's not coming out in the studio, just go do stuff. Go do activities. I don't think people do enough activities.
Right.
Gotta get the blood flowing. You know what I mean? Get
you gotta
your
live
mind
life to
flowing.
write about life.
Yeah,
you know what I
look
mean?
at a lot of stuff. Look at a lot of references. Just,
For sure.
just get the blood flowing. Yeah, maybe microdose shrooms. Who knows? We'll ship you some in
Maybe when I
Soju's
come back
kimchi.
to America.
No doubt. Thanks for talking to us, bro.
Look out for that Mama Park kimchi with the shrooms in it. We'll send
Yep.
it to you. All right, cool. June
Will
Blue,
do.
shout
Thank
out.
you guys.
All right, we got Golden Bear. What's up?
Kum kum.
Oh, that is look at that wordplay right there. He said "kun kom." That was good. All right, what's up, bro?
I'm young. I know that.
That's good.
Nice.
What's
Thanks,
up?
man. Yeah, I wanted to say I caught the show last week, and I thought that was really good, really clever, all dressing up as each other. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, it was kind of chaotic. The audio listeners just had a fucking field day.
What did he say? I didn't
They're
even
just
read
like,
the
as an
comments.
audio listener, this was mad confusing because
Right.
we didn't really explain shit.
Yeah,
we were just
yeah.
doing each other's voices.
Yeah.
I think didn't people just come on
Nah,
to
they
the
loved
YouTube?
it.
They came onto the YouTube video.
Yeah, on
At the
YouTube. They
beginning,
loved
I was listening to it on audio, and then. Like,
Oh,
I had
okay. Now you have to
to
switch over.
Yeah. I think Steffi mentioned something about it. Actually, I was like, you know, she's right. I'm like.
Yeah, we
super confused
briefly
right now.
kind of mentioned it. You know, we briefly said
Yeah.
we were. Yeah, but I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Who do you think killed it?
Yeah, it was great.
It's not a
Who do
competition,
you
Rick.
think killed it?
Relax.
Who do you think killed it? Golden.
I think Alex had a really good dumb impression. At
Yes.
one point.
How was that a
That
good
was
dumb impression? That shit was
Don't
trash.
worry.
He didn't do anything. He just literally went, "Oh, I'm dumb. I'm stupid." That's the kind of shit he did. How is that a good
No, there was
impersonation?
Are you
I gotta
scared because
say,
he
there
can
was
easily
some
replace you?
nuance to it.
He can be replaced.
All right, whatever. Is there anything else, Golden Bear, before we move on?
Yeah, I just want to say hey to the guest. It's really cool to have someone who, you know, has such good artistic vision. I've been looking at your Instagram.
Oh, thank you, Golden Bear.
Nice, Alex. Make sure you put her Instagram in the chat as well, so everyone can give her a follow. We got all right. Thanks, Golden Bear. We got It's Your World one more
Yeah, of course,
time.
man.
What's up, bro?
You trying with It's Your World? Yeah, explain that. Okay, if not, then we got to move on. Harmonious Smell.
Hello?
Oh, was that It's
Hi.
Your
There
World?
we go.
Okay, what's
Yeah.
up, bro?
Yo, it's been a minute, man. I've been a fan of since I was in middle school. I mean, you probably get this all the time, but yeah, that's how it is. And I've been a fan of this podcast, so I've been trying to get on this call for a while, and I finally decided to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning because it's Korea.
Wow. Another Korea.
That's
What's
nice.
good, yo?
That's what I'm
Yo,
talking
am I
about,
first
man.
Korean on
What's
this
good?
podcast? I'm not sure. What's good? What's good, man?
Yeah. What do you do out there?
In Korea, so I'm a rapper in Korea right now.
Mm.
Nice.
You're
But
actually
I
pursuing it or what?
Yeah, I'm pursuing it. So I have a day job as a English 학원 teacher. You know, the usual.
Yeah, that's a classic. Did you go on like Show Me the Money, the new episode?
I actually haven't, and I dropped a music video yesterday with my crew with 6 people, all people that I know, and we all work really hard. So I was just like, sorry if I'm trying to promote myself, but as I really want you 4 guys to try to watch it, because you guys are all like creative.
It's called 6, and you have 6 rappers in the group?
No. My bad. It's just me. It's Ye.
Oh, okay.
My Korean name is Yehyun.
Okay. Okay.
And I just dropped a visual music video yesterday called Kimchi Can, Tuna Can. I rap in Korean.
Okay. Tuna Can. And what is that about? Like being a starving rapper and you eat tuna and rice every day, or what? Like, what's the...
Dude, see, you already got the game on lock.
What else is it gonna be about, bro? Come on, a tuna can, of course. That's the struggle meal. You gotta eat the tuna and the rice. Peel that shit. You know what I mean?
If it's not the yellow can, don't talk to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is the yellow can.
I already know it is, baby.
Right, it's the yellow can with a little side of Mama Park's kimchi. Add some microdose of shrooms, and that's how you get through the day.
Bro.
You get the Mama you get the Kimchi tuna can. You get the Mama Park's kimchi.
Let's go.
You get the 1-minute rice with the motherfucking microdose of mushrooms. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And then you spend 3 months in jail in Korea. You come back and you write a whole album about it. That's what you do.
Damn, wait, is this already too cliche? Is this why I'm not popping right now? Am I supposed to switch it up?
Nah. You just got to go through the dues. You're paying your dues in Korea, bro. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Man, I just told you the title. You already exposed me right there.
Nah, yo.
All right, well, put it in the chat, bro, and we'll check it out, man. We'll check it out.
Yo, big shout out to everyone, man. Big shout out to Steffie, Rick, and Seoju. I just saw you today, but yo, your name, it already says everything, man.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, all right, let's go to Harmonious Mel. Sounds like Mel could do the hook on Ye's song.
What's up, Mel? Mele.
Harmonious Smell. Okay, cool. Oh, we got something. Do that. Get
fun.
That.
What?
All right, we're going somewhere else. Disasteroid.
Whoa, did you hear that? Little rumblings?
That was Mel?
Oh, yeah. Am I on?
Yeah, you on, bro. Live in a... What's up?
What's up? Yo, so it's my first time calling in, but I'm not going to ask for a minority report. So I have...
Okay.
I have 2 yes and no questions. This is all addressed to everyone in the room except for Seoju. I was wondering if she was a caller on the pod, would you have guessed her ethnicity correctly?
Oh, Seoju?
Yeah.
That is a good question. Okay, hold on. Let's have her say a sentence real quick.
Let's close our eyes and see if we can.
Like, I wonder what I would hear. So say the sentence. Hi, I'm Seoju and I eat tuna and rice to help with my struggling career.
Oh my god, that's so long, bro.
All right, go.
Hi, I'm Seoju. I eat tuna and rice to help my struggling career.
Hell yeah.
What?
Korean all the way, baby.
No, but you would say Korean, but you wouldn't say like Korea from Mexico.
Oh, no.
I would definitely think Korean, but I don't know about the other. I wouldn't know what was going on there. But I would definitely.
It does have a more unique, seductive tone, though, as a Korean.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I sound more of a tomboy in Spanish.
It's just the way you say Seoju kind of breaks the other accent.
I
like, hi, my name is, and then the kimchi chicken. Yeah, it goes back to that. I'm like,
in Spanish, you're Soyu?
Yeah, in Spanish is mi nombre es Soyu.
Oh, because the J is silent.
Yeah, like the O, like here's like Seoju and or Soju or whatever, and in Spanish is Soyu.
So when instead of kimchi chicken, do you go kimchi hige?
Mexicans.
No, you don't do it.
Kimchi hige.
Like chuchupa yo huhupa. You don't do chuchupa.
Dude, we've definitely put it in the restaurant and people go like hige. Like,
Really? They hige?
It's just that they don't know how to like read J's, bro.
Damn.
That's funny.
That's crazy. Jajangmyeon's ha-ha-myeon.
Like japchae for them is japchae.
How about like Kim Jong-un, Kim Hong-un? Kim Hong-un?
All right, two more.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's your answer. You said you got a second
amazing.
question?
Yeah, my second question is for Steffie. So I'm sort of okay. So I'm local, and I tuned into the podcast last week, and I know that you were Alex, but I might have been tripping or something. But were you on a scooter in a blue shark costume, or is that me just tripping out?
No, that was not me.
That was
blue
Okay,
shark.
all right.
because she
That was
does that. I
Alex.
know you don't really ride scooters. You're not.
Oh,
much of a-
actually, you don't know that about me. At nighttime, I
What?
scoot a lot.
Yeah, we scooted together.
Yeah, we
now.
Yo,
sat-
when
her
the sun
first-
sets,
I don't
bro.
even know you.
I've broken so many people's like scooter virginity.
Yeah,
Her
she broke
thing-
mine.
Was that
She broke
fun?
mine, guys. It was
Very
great.
proud of
You're
it.
out here breaking people's scooter virginities.
Yeah, there are things you don't know about me. At night, I'm a
Damn.
totally
Taking the
different
SV
person.
card? That's
What in
crazy,
the world? How
yo.
did I not
She go
know
to
about
Latina
this?
stuff and shit.
Wow.
Yeah, you're salsa dancing with
Yeah.
Seoju.
Yeah.
and-
So yo,
I saw
disaster.
She
some-
alert.
speaks
Odd.
Portuguese now in clubs.
Yo, I started speaking some Spanish because of her.
Come
She
on.
She
started
was like, Steffi, I'm
Let me
from
hear
Brazil.
let me hear a few sentences, Steffi.
Oh, let's hear
Of
a
what?
whole exchange between
Oh
them.
yeah,
God,
let's
okay.
go.
You can speak in Portuguese and I speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Tá bom. Vai, vamos falar.
Podemos ir al antro esta semana.
O quê? Fala de novo. Diz de novo. Vai. Okay.
Do you understand her Portuguese?
Yeah, it's just like Brazilian.
pretty
Like
close, right?
Portuguese is like,
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of get it. You don't get it like 100%, but I'd say like 80.
I didn't
Yeah,
understand
see.
a word they said. That was crazy.
Right.
It sounded like we were watching like
Squid Games and Spanish dubs.
I'm not gonna lie, hanging out with you made me like want to practice my Portuguese. Like I forgot that side. Like I forget
Yeah,
that
you
side.
sound hella hot, girl. Like you should do it.
Thank you.
Like all the guys are like, yo, she's Brazilian. And she looks
Damn.
Asian and she's blonde.
How come no girls look at me like, ooh, he's Argentinian when I tell
you
them
ain't
I'm
you
from-
speaking Spanish.
We speak Spanish.
Hola, me llamo Jonathan.
Yeah, that's why.
that,
That's the
bro.
only thing he's saying.
Like,
Holy
I would love to
shit.
meet your mom though, but
Yeah.
like,
Hola, me llamo Jonathan. Que comer asado que Buenos Aires,
Chinito, bro.
Argentina.
Chinito, muy chinito.
You're like a Zoltan machine right now. You're tripping me out.
I don't know. I really, it does suck that I don't know Spanish, you know, and I grew up with my,
I mean,
my
bro,
mom
you
speaking
know,
Spanish.
you live in Los
I mean, you can
Angeles.
still learn it.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that's an option.
You're not like
Rosetta
50.
Stone.
it is hard to like be like I can. You know, we always say we can teach ourselves things and learn, constantly learn. We're constantly learning till we die, right?
Mhm.
But to get into a whole
Right.
like we're gonna really do this,
Right.
like
You
2
have to
years of
want
this and
it.
learn this
Yeah.
thing. It's like it's hard.
Yeah, more as an adult when you have habits and shit.
For sure.
But it's also like the goal. Why do you want to know it, right? Like, how
Right.
important is Spanish to you? Other than trying to holler at girls.
no.
If that's the goal, you're like,
I want to be like Seoju, impress all the local, you know, like all the locals and shit, you know, because she
Yeah.
always does that. It's like, pero blah 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 blah.
So is this a competition? That's why you want
Yeah.
to learn Spanish?
I want to be the cool Korean that speaks Spanish in my hood.
For Chino.
You want to be the main Chino, bro.
I do want to be the
Yeah.
main Chino.
Wow.
Do you know how hard it was for me to meet another Chino? It was so hard. That other Chino, and then imagine that motherfucker. Like, imagine he was like a dude who grew up in Brazil. I'd be so pissed. I'd be so pissed.
so he's insecure. In
So
Oh
that's
my
why you roast me
God.
so much about being Mexican.
yeah, he's
Like every time he sees me, he's like, "Oh, you're gonna speak Spanish now? I speak Spanish."
Oh, you're trying to break her
Oh,
down.
you're Mexican? Oh, okay.
I know
'Cause
probably,
there's a-
but she flexes it all the
Right?
time. A
There's
little
a
too
new
much.
there's a new king, Haenyeo, in town in 2 months, and she might take over K-Town.
Did you call her Haina?
Haenyeo.
There's a new Haina in
Haenyeo in town.
A new Haina in town.
in Los Angeles, and
It's like an action movie. El China, there's a new Haina in town coming this fall. It's Seoju Park in
But
Haina.
no, I have a question. Like, does your mom speak fluent English and Spanish?
She does.
Yeah,
Fluent.
he basically does.
No, not English. Not English. Her
So
English
maybe
isn't good.
like that's also a reason to learn Spanish to like deep connect
It
in
does,
her language.
It does suck because I do feel like as I get older, my Korean's getting worse,
Right.
and it's becoming harder for me
to connect.
to connect with my parents.
Right.
Right.
And It's
That's
hard
crazy.
because I love arguing,
Right.
and I can't win these arguments. If I knew the language, I could get my point across.
Nah,
Yeah.
they'll
It's
kill
not
you
about
in
it's
it.
not about
No,
arguing,
but I get
it's
it.
just like I wish I could have a conversation. There's frustrations I want to get out that I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to tackle it. Can you do that with a translator? Like, can you just have a translator therapist to have these conversations? You think that would really
be
help
fire.
with my parents?
Yeah, of course.
That'd be fire.
That would help, right?
But I would also love to just see you try to
Trying with your
argue with your mom in Spanish.
yeah.
Pero, Mamá, pero.
But maybe that's the number one reason of learning Spanish. You should learn Spanish.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Flip that on you. Disastroid, thanks for calling in, boy.
Yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
We got Dive in Studio. Just dive right into the conversation, buddy. What's good?
What's up, buddy?
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome, great. Okay, I have a question for Seoju.
Hi.
First I want to say hi, and second, I think your Spanish is way better than mine. I'm Hispanic, and the fact that you grew up in Mexico City, I think your Spanish is way better than mine whatsoever. But my question is, how do you compare, or do you see any similarities between the Hispanic culture and the Korean culture? Since you kind of grew up in Mexico and you're Korean, do you see any similarities?
That's a good question.
Great question.
That's a great question. That's a hard question. I feel I want to say community, but I don't know if that's like the community I see here and it's super different from the community in Korea. But like, yeah, I feel like people like in general, Koreans and Mexicans are warm. I feel like, I don't know. I feel community. Yeah.
Yeah, you think we're warm?
There's like a family.
There's like a family thing that's important. Maybe Koreans don't eat with their kids every day, but like they care about like making their kids like having a better life for them, whatever. But like family is kind of important.
I would
Family's
say
important.
Koreans are definitely a little less warmer than certain other Asian cultures. Like I would say Filipinos are warm.
gonna say.
You know, like Filipinos are warm.
Well, Filipinos are considered the Latinos of the Asians.
That's
right?
true.
There we go.
That's true. You know, my sister has a half Filipino niece, and like every Christmas, Thanksgiving, we go to their family, and it's like so much way more lit and warm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not used to this love. And like, we just do so much more family oriented stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like I talk about it from my experience. It's just like the family of my dad and my mom are like super close. Like they all slept in the same room together, and when I go, I have to sleep with them in the same room. So like I feel the same experience of love and like comfort with like Mexicans, but I don't know if that's general.
Also, like respecting your elders is really important. I think between the two cultures.
Well, I feel the only thing that's for sure like super similar is that they love to eat. Like really love it, like super important in culture.
Yeah.
And I would say that I feel like in Los Angeles, for the most part, like from what I've seen, there's a good relationship there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Between communities, there's a lot of respect and love for it.
For
and
sure.
we appreciate like food. You're right. We do appreciate each other's food. Crazy.
I think we do have a common bond with resilience as well. You know, just like overcoming struggle, working hard. We're just hard workers in general, like that.
True.
Yeah, colonized like groups.
Nah, for sure. Exactly.
Yeah, LA ain't shit without Mexicans. 100%. You know
Another thing that's common too, I think, is like as kids, we respected and adored our grandmothers more than our parents.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Grandma,
Because-
that's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But you know what I mean? Like our parents are still trial and error, and our grandma was kind of like they had one lap before them. You know what I mean? And that wisdom and that just kind of like balance that they acquired through age and wisdom, I think we share that common bond with Latinos and Koreans.
Yeah, I agree.
How about the dramatic mother-in-law and father-in-law situation?
Oh, novellas and K-dramas.
That's what I was about to say.
In novellas.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Novellas
that
and
dramatic
Korean
love.
dramas.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if that answers your question,
Yeah.
Dive in studio.
Thank you for the call.
Yeah, thank you for answering that, though. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you
Bye.
for calling. There is a huge.
Bye.
Didn't you mention that in Brazil, there's a huge love for K-pop music down there. Like a lot of the fan bases.
The
in South
community
America.
of like
Brazilian.
huge.
Yeah, exactly.
Gyopo?
Brazilians are extremely into pop culture and Western culture. Anything that pops up in America is like any app, like like anything that's popular. It's like extremely viral in Brazil. They love it so much.
Maybe I can resurrect my career through the Brazilian fan base.
Yo, I told you I got that Korean like rapper Brazilian. There's like Asian rappers out there.
Yeah, because there's Japanese. We've had callers I think from Brazil that were Japanese rappers. And
I think so.
Spread the word, guys.
Yes.
We're looking.
My Brazilian street team. Go.
Acid, what's good?
What's up, Acid? Uh-oh. Acid? We hear you.
Hello?
Yep, we hear you, buddy.
How you doing?
Oh, hey guys, how are you today?
Good, good,
Hi.
good. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just had a question for you guys. So, I was looking to watch more horror films, psychological thrillers, specifically, Korean, because I watched I Met the Devil. I don't know if you heard of that movie.
Yep, of
along
course.
with Lady Vengeance. But, do you have any more movies you'd recommend?
Yes.
If you guys are into that genre?
Wait, Korean you said? Or Asian?
Yeah. Or Asian, that works too.
The Korean one is called The Chaser. And it's similar. The villain has like a sledgehammer and a construction hammer.
Chaser's really good. You might want to check that out. I mean, you've seen Old Boy, obviously.
And Mother.
Yeah.
And, like...
Chaser kind of, resonates with you. The Wailing. Have you seen The Wailing?
Oh, yeah, Wailing.
I haven't.
Yeah. The Wailing is good. And there's another one. This is not Korean. It's Asian. It's called The Jin. DJJIN. Yes.
If you wanted to see like a funny classic movie, one of my favorites is Attack the Gas Station. Attack the Gas Station is classic.
That's crazy. If you when you watch that, the guy with the big stick, that's how I try to resonate.
There's one that just came out, Squirt Game. It's a sequel to Squid Game, actually, that just came out. It's
that
a
sounds
thriller.
Like a porno.
Yeah, it's an X video.
Like a disgusting porno.
Relax, me.
Thanks for calling, Acid.
I imagine the tug of war scene.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, the sugar cookie scene.
The sugar cookie scene.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I got the penis.
Easily made into a porn parody.
There's so many.
So easy.
It's already happening, probably.
Red light, green light.
It's already out, 100%. Okay, Acid, thanks for calling. We're gonna take this last call from Strawat
or Straw Hat.
Oh,
Yo,
oh yeah.
What did you say?
Yeah, Straw Hat.
Straw what?
Yeah, sorry. Straw Hat. That's what
Straw
I meant.
what?
Straw Hat.
Yo, bro.
Okay. What's up, Straw Hat?
Yo, what's going on? It's my first time calling in.
Where are you calling from?
Calling from New York, and I'm gonna need a minority report.
Okay, we're gonna have Seoju guess this. Okay, so say, "Hola, me llamo Straw Hat from New York."
Hola, me llamo Straw Hat from New York.
Oh shit.
So guess his
Spanish is
ethnicity.
good.
Guess his ethnicity.
No, yeah. Can you say another word? Can you say?
Tell him.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Nah, he's just
Wait
cultured.
a second.
He's just an Asian.
I don't know. His
He's just
accent is just like.
He's just a cultured Asian
I feel like
dude.
he's Latino though.
Think so?
Yeah.
I say Chinese Taiwanese.
Chinese Taiwanese.
What if he's also part Mexican?
Oh,
I
could
feel
this be
like
a
Nah,
love
his
story?
English is
You
like.
think he's gonna throw that low curveball?
Nah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, make him say a Korean word. How do you say kimchi?
Kimchi.
Oh, no, you're Korean. You're Korean.
I heard a kinjip son in there.
You're Korean. You're
You think
You're
he's Korean?
playing.
You
I
think he's Korean?
smelled it when he said
Okay,
it.
so
you're
Korean?
playing.
How
No,
about
Chinese
you?
Taiwanese.
Chinese Taiwanese, Korean.
I think he's Taiwanese Mexican.
Woo!
Okay, reveal yourself, Straw Hat.
I'm Korean.
Nice.
Oh, hey, she got it
Yeah, I
right.
had a lot of Spanish growing up, so
Yeah,
and
that
I
makes sense.
love languages in general, so I like speak
Your
Korean.
accent is good.
English,
Your accent's
Spanish.
kind of hot.
When he said
Yeah.
kimchi, when he said
What's up with that
kimchi,
accent?
Okay.
when he said that kimchi, because when the Koreans say the kimchi, they land on that kimchi like soft.
Yeah.
Kimchi.
Yeah.
You know, they really. I don't do it. I think I'm the only one who doesn't. But you know what I mean when they say it, like there's a kimchi.
There's something attractive about someone that could speak like multiple languages.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, you know what
Hola.
I mean?
Me llamo Jonathan. Porque pero porque.
What's up, Straw Hat?
Feliz Navidad, by the way. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to call in, show you guys love. Dumb, I've been following you since I was in like high school, man. So
thank you, brother.
Like back in swim team days.
Hell yeah.
We just want to show you love too. Love the Yak stuff.
Thank you. Man.
Yeah, I actually didn't have a question, so I was actually surprised I got on. So
no. I appreciate you calling and listening to the show. Mucho gracias.
Yes. Seriously, man. Thank you. It's a great way to end the episode.
All right.
Yeah, well, thanks for calling, Straw Hat. Appreciate it. And thank you to everybody who tuned in today. And of course, our special guest, Seoju Park. Photographer, entrepreneur, possible Los Angelian soon.
Lena.
About to take the
Angelina. I never liked the terms for LA. Really, I was
you better learn that,
from
bro.
LA or not?
Come on, Coreano, Coreana.
Oh my god!
Stop it,
Why?
bro.
Does that sound bad? What I doing?
Yes.
Relax,
Yo
bro.
assist you. Wait, hold on.
No.
We hear the Virginia in you.
End the show.
Yeah.
Hold on, bro.
And of course, I gotta thank my co-host Rick Lee.
Yeah.
Steffie Baik.
Hi.
Alex, our producer, and we'll see you next week. Adios.
Yeah.
Peace.
Hasta luego.